You want to hear something really stupid? And I mean really, really stupid. I was originally going to do this in one video and cover both aspects of this, but I think it needs to be done in two videos so you can really understand the level of idiocracy that went into this. Because believe me, it's shocking. Ever since DC decided to retcon Alan Scott, the original Green Lantern, into a gay man because, there's not enough of that going on there at all, and killing your sales, no, that's perfectly fine. Now they have Tim Sheridan writing a new Alan Scott comic. And I'll get into Tim Sheridan in the next video with this. But this one, I want to go into what exactly they're saying is going to be happening in this comic, so you could all understand the absolute level of moronicness that's really at play here. It's shocking. It's really shocking. Let's get into this. Cosmic Book News covered this. DC Comics gay Green Lantern Alan Scott blackmailed into joining JSA. Now, the Justice Society of America, when they came together, they were individuals, some of them who had abilities and stuff, who wanted to do some good. Alan Scott included, right? They weren't like some big family member. Most of them, when they originally came together, nobody knew who each other's secret identity was or anything like that. They came together to do what they have to do. Now, I don't have 100% knowledge of Alan Scott and the JSA. I do know some things, but I'm not 100% expert in it. But I do know enough about them to know what it is was being done. They decided out of nowhere to retcon Alan Scott's origin and turn him into a gay man. And once they do that, that's all it becomes about when it comes to the character. Right? So no longer was Alan Scott this hero who wanted to use his abilities to help people. No. He's now being blackmailed into joining the JSA, and the JSA and the United States government are basically a bunch of assholes who just, can't stop doing whatever the hell they have to do. They go on, the JSA is apparently now bad along with the US. Yes, because of course you need to do that. A retcon of another retcon, as it is learned DC Comics has retconned gay Green Lantern Alan Scott into being blackmailed into the JSA by FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover. But the thing about it when it comes to Alan Scott and this whole thing, Alan Scott originally, I think he was married twice, and he has 2 children, and I believe one of his children was gay, and then they think they did something, I think it was in the New 52, where they kind of retconned him out, and I think they brought him back. Like I said, I'm not 100% certain of it, but that's what they were doing. And now it's a problem in regards to this. Instead of being a superhero and joining the JSA to fight bad guys, a preview for Alan Scott, The Green Lantern #1 by Tim Sheridan and Cian Tomei reveals that Hoover blackmails Alan Scott into joining the JSA through the use of photos that showed the Green Lantern to be gay. But that's not all. Apparently, Hoover also wants to hook up with Alan Scott. Yeah, this is it here. I start off with it where J. Edgar Hoover wants him to join the JSA, the Justice Society of America. But he doesn't want to, because Alan Scott doesn't care to help anybody anymore. He doesn't want to do any of that. So what does J. Edgar Hoover do? He shows him that he has some pictures, understand me, of him and his boyfriend, or the man he was banging, or whatever. You understand me? And it doesn't just get to that point alone. He even tells him, I told you I get what I want. Oh, also, we're having a little get-together in Forest Hills this weekend. You come. Clyde will give you the details on your way out. And Alan, bring the combat boots. Yeah, if they still fit. Because J. Edgar Hoover doesn't just want to blackmail him into joining the JSA. He also wants to rape him. This is the narrative that they're pushing here. He's not only blackmailing him with his sexuality, he also wants to blackmail him into bed to bang him. That's what they're doing here. That's what they're doing. You understand me? This is a story about, okay, they say it here. The character of Alan Scott has already been retconned into being gay, as in 2011, after 70 plus years of existence, DC Comics changed the character into a gay man with the Earth 2 version, and did so again in 2020 with the original version. Yeah, because that's what they need to do. Alan Scott being a member of the JSA. Okay, so let's be honest here. If you mention a Green Lantern, most people automatically go to Hal Jordan, John Stewart, Kyle Rayner, Green Lanterns like that. Nobody really thinks of Alan Scott when they talk about Green Lantern. And Alan Scott's powers are not exactly from the Green Lantern, because I believe his powers are more magic-based in a sort of sense. So you could have had you had an opportunity here to write a comic about Alan Scott Green Lantern and focus on maybe exploring his powers a little bit more, how he has to deal with something, what has to be done. No, you need to push it front and center by changing the man's entire layup off the bat and saying, listen, he never wanted to be a hero. He got the ring, whatever, okay, fine. He's being blackmailed into joining the JSA by J. Edgar Hoover because he's gay, so that needs to be the focal point of this. So that needs to be the focal point of it. And of course, J. Edgar Hoover also wants to knock boots with him because that needs to happen. Because it's not bad enough to show that the United States and J. Edgar Hoover wants to blackmail him into joining the JSA because he has no interest in helping people at all. No, you also have to push in, hey, let's get it on. Then when these things crash and burn, they wonder why. Yeah, they go to talk about how, the Justice Society of America unite the heroes in the heat of battle. And inside use their secret version of the one as an example where the issue suggests the team was gathered by Dr. Fate to stop Germany from bombing the United States. Okay? Now that has all changed. The JSA are the bad guys and Alan Scott is blackmailed into joining the team never wanted to join. Wow. Yeah. Also, the US in combating the Nazis and forming the JSA are apparently the bad guys instead. Hoover also either seems to be blackmailing Alan Scott into a sexual relationship again, or that Alan Scott has previously participated in gay sex with mutual partners at the same time. Yeah, and they go on. This is the cover for it here. As I say, it's written by Tim Sheridan. I'll get into him a little bit more. This is the synopsis for it. Alan Scott's early days as the Green Lantern are seen in a new light. The Green Lantern is the most powerful member of the JSA, beloved by all of America, but his personal life is a well-kept secret. This is a story about love, about fear, and most of all about courage to stand up to that fear. Yet God forbid it be about actual Green Lantern doing anything. No. Alan Scott's past is the key to his future when the Red Lantern appears, ready to strike down the mighty Green Lantern. Yeah, that's what you're going to do. Now, let's go on here and talk about it. Before they did this whole retconning shit, this article they talk about the loves of Alan Scott. Romance did not figure into Alan Scott's classic Green Lantern adventures. The closest he came to a lasting relationship was with the villain Harley Quinn, not the other Harley Quinn. It is a different one, who was the Catwoman to his Batman. Ironically, Harley Quinn was truly Alan Scott's executive assistant, Molly Main, and she only turned to crime to get Green Lantern's attention. So she could not just talk to him or something like that, right? She later became his second wife. Yeah, like I said, he was married twice. Scott's first wife was Rose Canton, aka the plant-controlling supervillain Thorn. A victim of dissociative identity disorder, split personality, Canton had reformed and adopted the alias Alex Florin to start a new life. It was here she fell in love with Alan Scott and learned that he was Green Lantern. The information pushed Thorn to reassert control of Rose's body. Rose was able to keep her darker half from killing her husband, but was forced into hiding after their honeymoon. Alright. Yeah, so they talk about it here and say these are the two women he really had. Like I said, he was married twice. But no, let's completely retcon him into this gay superhero who is getting blackmailed by J. Edgar Hoover into not just joining the JSA because he doesn't want to help anybody, to hell with them. No. And also because he's doing it because, he's blackmailing him for being gay and he's telling him, hey, you know what? We're having a little get together. Bring the army boots so we could all have one giant orgy. Because that is what you want to do when it comes to these things. This is why these books keep failing. These people are not writing these things for anybody. They're writing them for an audience that does not exist. And speaking of writing it, in the next video I'm going to talk about the writer, Tim Sheridan, and exactly what he came with and how he made an absolute and utter moron of himself. And you will see why. So if you like the video, so hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, ring the notification bell to find every time I upload a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.